Hi, my name is Mark Belache. I'm president of TorontoJobs.ca. Thanks for watching. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips as to what business owners might want to be thinking about right now. Are you a business owner and making do? Are you surviving, thriving? There's lots of different types of companies going on right now. And obviously everybody is impacted in one form or another in terms of COVID-19. So I'm going to share with you some thoughts as to what's happening. In a new poll conducted by Leger, 28% of Canadians said they felt that life would not return to normal after the pandemic ends, which means 72% do, which is obviously the majority. But just 8% of people believe that society will go back to the way it was before, while 62% said it would take time. 42% of the people surveyed thought the pandemic and the crisis is over, while 32% believe that the worst is still yet to come. Toronto has entered stage 2 of reopening. While obviously nothing is back to normal, at least patios, hair salons, and some businesses have returned to normal. Also, the Eaton Centre was also reopened last week. Ontario extended its state of emergency once again until July 15th, and the same goes for all related emergency orders as well. Under this extended order, Premier Doug Ford would allow for the government to retain its expanded powers under the Emergency Management and Civil Protections Act. The move from retail stores to online continues. Microsoft is closing all of its stores, including those in Canada, the company announced last week in a news release. The tech giant was closing its physical stores and making a strategic change in retail operations. Obviously, things are changing with Amazon and online ordering. So in saying that, is your business equipped to order through online or allows for e-commerce for your customers to order? Because that seems to be the direction where things are going. 7 stores have been closed since the pandemic happened in March, and the company is looking to reinvest its real estate funds into its digital storefront. So lots of changes going on there. In other news, in terms of Canada and where we're at, Canada ranked the U.S. for the more competitive economy for the first time ever. This was a study from IMD's annual world rankings and put Canada at number 8. Number 10 was the U.S. Number 11 was China, and in the top 3 positions you had Switzerland at number 3, Denmark at number 2, and Singapore at number 1. Businesses continue to pivot. So these are some examples of what businesses are doing and can give you some food for thought for your business as well. The Rebel nightclub owner is building a drive-in theater in Toronto. Bars and restaurants in Toronto are selling alcohol for takeout or delivery, and now you can get spirits, booze, liquor, and hooch, or whatever you want to call it, of all varieties right to your door. A safe and fun summer is just getting started as Downsview Park gets ready to host a special drive-in edition of its annual Friday Night Lights outdoor movie series. So again, pivoting going on. Scout, which has been selling local goods on Roncesvalles for nearly a decade, has announced that it's reopened, but with some very strict guidelines in the presence of the ongoing pandemic. So you can take some tips from what they're doing. So, for example, they are only open from Thursdays to Sundays. Customers are allowed in the store one at a time and by appointment only. And masks are required and will be provided if a customer doesn't have one. Landmark Cinemas has provided insight into what movie lovers can expect ahead of its reopening on the same date. Cinema has installed protective barriers at ticket kiosks to maintain proper social distancing. Touchscreens are covered with an antimicrobial copper film to provide enhanced cleanliness. Landmark Cinema employees are required to wear personal protective equipment, PPE, and although face masks aren't mandatory for guests, they are encouraged. And contactless payment is also encouraged as well. Hand sanitizers available at concessions, as well as cinema washrooms and entry points. So this just goes to continue to change what the landscape is like. The workplace is going to change. There will be new laws that will be coming down. There's no doubt about that in terms of how companies have to handle their employees and what happens if someone's sick and so on. So these are just changes that companies are making on their own, but you can bet that there will be laws coming down for what is required otherwise. So you have to think about what your business is doing during the pandemic and after the pandemic and where it's going to position itself. On the employment side, U.S. job numbers come out this Thursday, July 2nd for the month of June. Canada's job numbers come out next Friday, July 10th. And TorontoJobs.ca, we're definitely seeing an increase in the number of positions that are being uploaded and fed into the job board as well. And these are especially pronounced in administration and accounting. So if you're looking to fill a position, you can connect with our affiliated division from Toronto Entrepreneurs, TorontoJobs.ca, and if they can help you out, happy to connect you there. On the upcoming event side, every day at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Time, which is Toronto time, I'm on to talk about a different business topic, and that happens Monday through Friday, weekdays at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also check out our YouTube channel of Toronto Entrepreneurs Conference and Trade Show for some of the previous videos that we have. TorontoEntrepreneurs.ca also presents the Learn and Connect, a series for entrepreneurs happening on July 8th. And you can visit TorontoEntrepreneurs.ca for more information about that. TorontoEntrepreneurs.ca also presents the Canadian Virtual Sales Conference on Thursday, July 30th. Visit TorontoJobs.ca/news for information about attending any of our events as well. And other notes and comments and observation about the business community right now. A business owner told me last week that he uses opportunities like this, where you have a pandemic, where things are changing and pivoting, to do basically the opposite of what mainstream is doing. So if organizations are letting go, he's hiring. When other companies are shrinking their product lines, he's expanding his product lines. So you get the message. Use this time to really evaluate what you're good at, what assets you have, and what direction your industry is going, because it may not be coming back to what we're all used to. Money in business has no feelings. Do what you need to do to make sure your company survives and thrives during this time period. And just some homework for you if you're a business owner. 3 things that I always share, tips that I do as well myself. Number 1 is review all your insurance policies this week. With changes to your organization, you might not need as much insurance coverage, and perhaps you might be able to get a discount on your insurance costs. Number 2 is connect with at least 20 new prospects and new people through LinkedIn. Send them connection requests. Try to see if you can set up some meetings. And then finally, watch at least 2 videos or webinars this week on business owner topics, new trends, software, perhaps some business video owners, other business videos, or business owners that put up some videos that might be of interest to you as well. And you can also check out our Toronto Entrepreneurs Conference and Trade Show channel for a lot of videos on different topics that we have. So in conclusion, there's lots of changes going on right now in business. A lot of companies and businesses are trying to figure out where they should go. Some of the structural changes will cause a lot of companies and organizations to not be around for a lot longer. But if you're ahead of the curve, think strategically as to what you can sell and where you need to pivot. Wednesday is Canada Day. Wanted to wish you a great, happy Canada Day. And if you want to connect with me, if there's anything I can help you out with, by all means do so via LinkedIn. Again, my name is Mark Balache. I'm president of TorontoEntrepreneurs.ca. And follow us on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. We're on all the different platforms. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. And again, happy Canada Day.